Hello, everybody. It's me, I'm Preston, and I know I've been gone for a little while, but I'm back for new videos, even though you guys probably don't care at all, but like I just wanted to do that, say that. But, so I wanted to do an update video for my Nascar Diecast collection. I just realized I'm not even looking at the camera. But I wanted to do an update video for my collection, my diecast collection. It's been about 2 months now, and I've already collected about quite a few more cars, actually. So, yeah. But still, I want to make this video short and sweet. I don't want to drag it on. I feel like my first diecast video was definitely, like, way too long. Like, I feel like I could have gone through the entire thing about, like, half the time I actually took to make the video. So, let's go ahead and just quickly get into it. So, let's start with all the ones I got for Christmas. Now, I didn't get any of them from, like, my parents, but I got them from some of my extended family, because we have some... Never mind. So, I mainly got 3 of them. First was Kyle Busch's Darlington throwback scheme he ran last year, the final M&M throwback. And I got 2 Kevin Harvick cars. One of them being his old Gen 6 car for Busch Light, and it's the only one I have that was like for when he was in the playoffs. I think this is supposed to be like 2020, unless he actually still made the playoffs last 2021. I don't know if he did. And of this one, which is his Hunt Brothers 4 car next gen. Yeah, pretty simple, not really a lot to talk about, but those were the first 3 new ones I got. Well, okay, not really, but I wanted to save one of them for a special occasion. I'm going to save, like, the first new one I actually got for the end of the video. And the next 2 I got, I actually bought at Daytona. Yeah, a few weeks ago, me and my family went up to Disney, as you could probably tell with the fact I uploaded 2 videos, which were ride footage for the Disneyland Railroad, and also Peter Pan's Flight. I probably will upload. I did take footage of other rides like Spaceship Earth, and I'll probably upload those at some point. I'll get around to those eventually. But yeah, we went there for a really awesome tour. They were doing some go-kart stuff, and yeah, and we stopped at the gift shop, and my dad allowed me to get 2 diecasts, which were Martin Truex Jr.'s next-gen car, which has a few paint mistakes, mainly the fact that decals on this side are a little too high up. Like, they look fine on this side, but on this side they're a little too raised. And the other one was Christopher Bell's DeWalt paint scheme, which I almost missed this. Like, I was looking on the shelf and I didn't see it. I could only see, like, the Kyle Busch DeWalt scheme, because back in New Hampshire, he ran the DeWalt as his sponsor, and, like, it was literally just Christopher Bell's car, except the name board said Kyle Busch, and it had the number 18. But then my dad actually noticed this on another shelf, and I'm really glad he did, because if he didn't, I wouldn't have noticed. Yeah, and as you guys know, Christopher Bell is my favorite driver, so I had to get him. And I also just got Truex because my other diecast I have of his Gen 6, that one has a problem with, like, the front wheels where they just stop spinning on most surfaces, so he doesn't really roll that well compared to this one, which has a pretty good roll. Yeah. I'm planning on getting more of the next gens for more of the drivers. I still got to get, like, for Chase Elliott in the future. I just still only have his Gen 6. I don't hate the Gen 6s at all, but I kind of prefer, like, the next gens, at least look-wise. Like they could obviously be better with, like, safety and everything, but at least, like, but I think they still look really cool. And then the last 2 of, like, my most recent diecast were these, which I got at the Lionel store at Concord Mills. Of course, you can see I got Bubba Wallace's 20 Talladega win from 2021, and Daniel Suarez's Freeway Insurance car. Yeah, one thing I do say is that, well, I definitely got a really good Suarez. I ended up accidentally picking up one of the worst Bubba Wallace ones, like, as you can completely see, the front is completely misshapen. Yeah, it also, this along with the Kevin Harvick one, that Busch Beer one, it also had, like, one of those little plastic plates that, at least on the bottom, I completely removed that and threw it away. I do not care about those plates. Like, I don't understand why they do that for, like, some 164s. Like, I understand for, like, 124s, but, like, because those are meant to be displayed, but these are not meant to be but these are just little die-casts that are meant to be played with by children. Like, they're not really meant to be put on display, unless you're a collector like me. So yeah, those are all of the new cars from, like, the Gold Series, I think it's called, that I got. But I got 3 more from, like, which are older from the 90s, and I actually got them off of eBay. So let's get to those. And for the final 3 of my new die-casts, I got Dale Earnhardt, Alan Kulwicki, and Davey Allison. So I got all of these on the same listing. It cost about, with shipping stuff, it costed like about $15, I think. But like, I'm happy I got these because these are all really nice. I actually am planning to release a review of these. I actually shot some footage a few weeks ago, but I haven't gotten around to finishing the rest of it. Like, I finished the opening footage, but yeah, I'll talk more about these die-casts, but I really like them, even if for Davey and Alan in particular, their cars can be a little inaccurate. I also remember, I for some reason thought that when this came out, I for some reason remember, the bottom of Davey's car, or around the entire thing, was a giant red stripe above the yellow. But then I looked it up, and no, he never had the red stripe. It was kind of weird about that. And also, they came with these little stands here, where you can, of course, place the cars on them on display. These are kind of cool. These are basically just cool little bonuses, like those little hood things you find in Authentics. So yeah, those are all of my new 164s, but I do got one more surprise, and you could probably guess what it was. Yep, I got my first 164 scale diecast, and it's from Corey. It's Corey LaJoie's number 7. Except one special thing. There's one thing special about this diecast, and I'll show you when I get it out of the box. So I usually keep this in the box, but I think it's might as well just take it out for a better look at it. And you can already tell what is so special about this. It is actually signed by Corey LaJoie, and even has a little to press on the front. I was actually given this by one of my friends, Ethan, at my church, who actually knows Corey LaJoie and works out with him, legit. And he got Corey to give me this diecast and sign it for me. And I gotta say, I'm not planning on getting a lot of 124s, because while these are cool, these are really big and take up a lot of space. I much prefer having these smaller diecasts. But I might pick up some other ones in the future. Of course, I'm probably going to pick up a Christopher Bell in the future. But, this is really nice. Nice. It actually is, an actual, felt kind of, window net. It actually feels like the real window net material. Stuff it's a little harder, but you can actually open the hood. I think you can open the trunk, but I can't actually get it open. The front wheels turn. And, of course, one thing is, it just has Corey's face on the front of the car. And that's one thing I really loved about Corey LaJoie's cars, is that how he can make some pretty ridiculous paint schemes. Of course, we all know in 2020, where he had, the freaking face car, where it was just his face on the front of the car. That was just, I honestly wish he would do that more. I hope this year he brings back some kind of paint scheme like that. I'm also definitely planning on getting a 164 of his car soon, specifically based off of his Built Bar car, which is my favorite of Corey's paint schemes. Sadly, that's only available in 164 for the Authentics line, and I have heard some mixed opinions about it, but I'm still probably going to pick it up just because I really want to get the Built Bar car. I say that sponsor is definitely Corey's best paint scheme wise, in my opinion. You can disagree with me in the comments. Okay, so this part was filmed about a week after everything else you've seen in the video so far. I just forgot to put this in, that I actually got my first hauler, which is Dale Jr.'s number 88 Xfinity Series Hellman's cars hauler. Sadly, does not come with the car, but yeah, it's cool to have one of these at least. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, that is all of my new NASCAR diecast stuff. I got a lot of new 164s and got my first ever 124. I'm definitely... Yeah, these is definitely not the end of my collection, though. These are going to be very much getting into the swing. These are going to very much grow in the next few years. And also, expect in the future to see the review of the Dale Earnhardt, Alan Quickie, and Davey Allison diecast. I'll go more into detail about them in that review, hopefully, whenever I decide to actually finish it. I've kind of been, like, procrastinating on it. But, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this little update video on my collection, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.